No. Nope. Hey, welcome back to the Corbett Made Workshop. Got a lot to do today, so I'm going to get right into it. So this is the computer I'm going to be using in my shop. This is a Raspberry Pi. It is a fully functional computer. If you're not familiar, they're small, inexpensive. You can get one as cheap as about $35 last I checked. A Raspberry Pi made sense for my workshop computer because, for one, my demands aren't very big. I'm not going to be out here doing any Fusion 360 modeling or anything like that. I just need something to look up plans on, keep a picture up that I'm referencing, or just plink around in between doing activities while thinking. One of the key advantages to a Raspberry Pi is there's no fans. A shop is a high dust environment. That should not really affect a Raspberry Pi. Now, of course, the key thing I'm going to need to get unpacked are my chisels. Now, I hadn't touched these chisels in over a month, so I had to make a few shavings just to make sure they were still sharp. And end grain? No problem. Alright, so we got the chisels unpacked and they're in their new home. Computer's still running updates, but I do need to get my joinery saws unpacked. Hold on there, cowboy. We still got clamps to deal with. I spent some time looking around, trying to find a good spot for those clamps to go, but other than this rack for my bar clamps, there just really wasn't a lot of wall real estate. On either side of my cabinet, it's not going to work out. Difficult to get to, and the doors will hit them. While a small amount of my clamps found a home under the planer, I had to find somewhere else for my clamps to go. I decided, for the short term, they can just go on the end of the inlay bench where the computer is. Now, if you were to ask me, I would say we're almost ready to make something in here. I got some more of my most used tools unpacked, like those saws, and got them put up in their new home. One thing I wanted to get set up was my simple bolt and screw rack. I use it to store everything from some small inlay tool blanks to my most frequently used drill bits that I use in brush making and other tasks. The screw rack backing board has a few more screw holes than I have studs here, so I use some strips of plywood to even those out and give them something to bite into. All in all, I have a lot more cubbies right now than I actively use. Alright, so we got that hung up, got the saws unpacked. Next, I just need to run a power cable for the drill press, so we can start on that canary wood prop shelf soon. I'll be frank, the power situation in here is not ideal right now, and that is something I'm planning on overhauling. But for right now, a simple extension cable run to the drill press will be enough for my needs. I hope to evolve this in the near future. While I feel like the shop's a long way off from being truly set up, I think we're ready to get some projects going. A shop is an evolving process, and this initial setup is enough to get me going and thinking about the changes that I need to make to the shop to make it suit my workflow and project style better. I don't want people to think I'm ungrateful. I'm extremely grateful to be able to have this shop and the tools that I have. I just need to be better about organization, placement, and my workflow. Alright, I am far from done in here, and it is still quite a big mess. However, I think we've done enough to get started on that canary wood prop shelf. Keep an eye out for that video. Oh yeah, this is where I was looking for the will to ask you to like and subscribe.